Writing it off as, you know, our cross to bear, because there may be something different going on. What's up? My name is Patricia and I'm known as God's Design here on YouTube, and I'm a motivation and lifestyle vlogger. Welcome to my channel. So here on this channel, we address the mind, the body, and the soul. Our mind videos such as how to deal with rejection and how to stay motivated, how to live a balanced life. And then the soul videos, our reflection series, mostly how to forgive yourself and how to overcome shyness and how to find your purpose. These videos address the soul, and then we have the final piece. The final piece is the body. So I want to introduce these videos to you guys addressing the body and concerning the body. Now, you guys know my background, right? I'm a nurse, of course. If you guys have watched any of my nurses note videos or my vlog channel, you guys know that. And so I want to share the things that I feel are like important, and I won't limit it to women's health really, because that's not the only thing I'm passionate about, but really just to really address, you know, simple everyday questions, you know, or things that you may be overlooking, you know. That's sort of what I want to bring to you guys. So consider me your personal nurse. So today we're going to talk about why your cramps are so bad. Now, as women, we dread the also affectionately known as Aunt Flo. Or what do you guys call your period? Let me know down below. What do you like nicknames for your period? I call it Aunt Flo, or I just straight up call it my period. One thing you gotta know about me when it comes to things in the body is that because I'm a nurse, I'm very blunt and direct when it comes to bodily things, bodily functions, bodily fluids. What it is what it is, and that's how you'll get it. I want to talk about why you may be experiencing cramps. So this is really important to me personally, and I'll share with you guys a little bit of my story before we get into what may be happening to your body. Now, I have had dysmenorrhea, which is painful. It's just a fancy way of saying painful cramps since I started my period. Like, I mean, doubled over pain, fetal position, vomiting, nausea, back pain. I feel hot. Another thing that I get is liquid stools. Like, guys, it's just the reality of it all. And I know I'm not the only one. That's why I'm not, you know, ashamed to share this with you guys. This stuff is real. And I want to make sure that we're all taking care of our bodies and not just take, you know, sort of writing it off as, you know, our cross to bear, because there may be something different going on. And so I want to talk to you guys about two different types of dysmenorrhea. There's primary dysmenorrhea and then there's secondary dysmenorrhea. We're going to talk about secondary first, only because that's the bad stuff. So we want to get the bad stuff out of the way. So wait. Let's talk about what cramps actually are. I think we all know. If you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you know what a cramp is, but let's just define it. Basically, it's contractions in the uterus, which is a muscle. And these strong contractions sometimes bump or press on, you know, surrounding blood vessels, which limits oxygen, you know, to that area for a short period of time, which in turn causes pain. As I'm sure you guys know, cramps are not limited to just the lower abdomen, but also some people experience pain in their lower back as well. So the first thing that may be happening is endometriosis. This is when the endometrium, or the tissue lining of your uterus, is growing outside of the uterus. This will cause severe lower abdominal pain. This is definitely important to know because this may affect your fertility. So if you're really trying to have a baby, it may be, you know, worst case scenario, necessary to have, you know, conservative surgery to get some of that tissue removed to increase your chances of success. But at the bare minimum, you know, some hormone therapy will help to reduce the growth of that extra tissue. The second thing it may be is adenomyosis, which is very similar. The next thing it could be is adenomyosis, which is very similar to endometriosis, but the difference is with the myo being in the word. If y'all took medical terminology, you know it has something to do with the muscle. You got uterine tissue in the muscle of the uterus, and what ends up happening is bruising the muscle, and essentially when you start to have those contractions or what feels like cramps, it's even intense. It's even more intense because you got all these foreign tissues inside of your uterine muscle. Just like endometriosis, for adenomyosis, you can do hormone therapy, even though it's not really proven to be that effective in adenomyosis, but you can do it. It's kind of one of those things where you just have to manage if you're still within childbearing age, and other than just removing everything, there really is no cure. The same is so really for endometriosis. You can remove some of that tissue. For adenomyosis, there really isn't they really can't correlate infertility with adenomyosis like endometriosis. So it's just kind of one of those things you just have to talk to your doctor about and really create a plan that works better for you. I think it really becomes more complicated if you are trying to get pregnant or hoping to get pregnant one day. You sort of have to make some, decisions. But then when you get to the appropriate age, maybe just having a hysterectomy may be a better option for you. But I'm not here to tell you that. It's your body, you know what I mean? But what I am here to say is you definitely should be aware of what's going on. So having an ultrasound will help with identifying if this is your issue. The next thing, fibroids. Fibroids can definitely be causing your abdominal pain. Now, this one is near and dear to me because they're very common in African American and the Black community. These things can get rather large. I've heard of women having fibroids the size of a grapefruit or a lemon or even a baby in their abdomen. I mean, walking out, and you could spot it. I mean, walking out with a protruding belly, a lot of the times where their body frame does not match. Come to find out, they got fibroids in their abdomen. The good thing about it is 99.999% of the time, these things are benign, meaning non-cancerous, but it's still extra weight that I know I wouldn't want to be carrying. Not only that, it's not really good to have something foreign. It's not supposed to be there. It can really disrupt the surrounding organs and things. Really always best to take them out, especially if you're trying to get pregnant. I know a lot of people decide to leave them in because they feel like it's not doing anything to me or whatever. It's not, there aren't any large symptoms outside of maybe, because some people don't even experience any, symptoms related to their fibroids. So they're like, it's not bothering me, I'm just gonna leave them in. But I do wanna let you guys know that there is a lot of options. Medicine's gotten to the point where sometimes they're gonna have to cut you all the way open for real. So definitely look into your options. If it's something that, listen, if you want to keep your little fibroids, you will keep them. But know that it could definitely be related to cramps that you are having. So the next thing that may be causing your cramps is PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. This one's important. This is an infection that is caused by a STI, sexually transmitted infection. All right. So yeah, it happens, particularly an STI that is left untreated. So if you're getting it in like that and you're not making sure that you're protected, and over time you ignore symptoms or you don't have any symptoms of your initial STI, but then you have this reaction by your body, a pelvic inflammatory disease related to the STI that you may or may not know that you have, this is an issue. You need to see a doc for this and get yourself on some antibiotics to treat your PID and to treat the underlying STI that is causing the problem. Really, the longer you let this go, the worse it is, and the damage really is already done, because what it really does is creates scar tissue, and the damage is already done. You know what I mean? And it's kind of aggravating. You know how you just aggravate a scab? So every time, it's around your cycle, you'll have that pain again because of the scar tissue from, the infection that you have. Ultimately, make sure if you don't do it, but do it protected. Another thing that may be causing your cramps are structural defects. And this may be so, especially for if you're just starting on your period. If you've been on your cycle now for 10 years and out of nowhere you have really, really bad cramps, it's probably not a structural defect. Really go get that checked out, only so you're aware of what is going on and how that will affect your periods from here on out, and how it will, affect your future, fertility status, So that's secondary dysmenorrhea. We're gonna talk about primary dysmenorrhea, which really is what is going on more than half of the time, and that is just painful periods without any really particular cause, but because of maybe the extreme movements of levels of hormone levels in your particular body, it's just not sitting right with you, and you just have these extreme sort of reactions, I guess I could put it like that, to what is going on during that time of the month. And you may experience excessive cramps but don't have a particular medical cause to it, and so it sucks, I know. And this is the category that I found myself in. Like I told you guys what my symptoms were before, and it wasn't until I got into the workforce as a nurse and it really started to affect the way I was working. And I remember one of my coworkers said it was the nausea that really got me. I was able to control the pain kind of with medication, but it was the nausea where, you know, in the hospitals, there's all sorts of fragrances, if you want to call it that. And I just could not tolerate them on my period. And, you know, I was explaining to my coworker what I deal with every month, and she was like, honey, that's not normal, you know what I mean? And it wasn't until then that I realized I was in my 20s, early 20s, and I hadn't seen a gynecologist. You know, I came from the school of thought, you don't see a gynecologist till it's time to have a baby. I really had to snap out of that, you know, sort of cultural thing. And you know, I know it's not just, you know, my family, but a lot of families and a lot of cultures sort of feel that way. So that's when I saw my first gynecologist, and I've been seeing one yearly ever since then. And I went and got, you know, my pap smear and everything, the whole workup. In fact, there's really nothing wrong, you know, with me, but that's just the way, it's just the way my body is. And so I was placed on birth control. That the first type didn't work. We had to adjust it a little bit, and that one worked, and it really helped to reduce not only my flow, because when I tell you guys, it's like Niagara Falls coming out of my uterus. Guys, it's tough. But on the birth control, I was reduced, the length of time was reduced, and my cramps were little to none. I mean, it was just like, oh, my period, oh, it's here. And so I was on birth control for like 2 years, and that worked, but then I got all on this natural kick, and I was like, I don't want to put hormones in my body anymore, so I want to go the natural route. And so I did, and am doing better than I was before. So I have several natural ways to deal with cramps that if you guys want me to do a video on that, definitely like this video and let me know down below. You know, ultimately guys, what I'm saying is I want you guys to go get checked out, okay? Don't assume that it's normal. The same is so that you just should be seeing a gynecologist, you know, yearly, because you should. Because a lot of these things can happen without any symptoms. So you definitely want to be identifying these things early enough so that you're able to, you know, come up, in collaboration with your doctor, come up with a treatment option that's best for you. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys thought about down below, and you guys will definitely get some more body videos. I don't know what I'm gonna call this series, but we gonna organize it somehow. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, and I even have a vlog channel. I'll leave all the links down below. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are well and in good spirits, and I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys Thursday. Am I gonna post this video on Sunday? Guys, I do videos on Sundays and Thursdays and sometimes Tuesdays, okay? So 2 videos a week, sometimes 3. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but I'm gonna see you guys soon with another video. And as always, God bless.